You want to get on the action? We want to hear from you. Hit us up, faderoutemail@gmail.com. Slide in our DMs on IG @FadeRoutePodcast. Drop us a DM on Twitter @FadeRouteDNZ. Comment on our YouTube channel, The Fade Route with DNZ. Questions, comments, picks, segment suggestions, you name it, we want to hear from you. Get at us, in crowd. It's Red Light, Green Light 1, 2, 3 with DNZ. Here are your hosts, D and Z. Welcome everybody to Red Light, Green Light 1, 2, 3 with D and Z. I am Z, and here's how it goes. D and I are going to give you our top 1, 2, 3 fantasy starts for green lights and our top 1, 2, 3 fantasy sits for red lights. We're going to start with our green lights first. Who are your green lights, D?
Yeah, so I said it earlier in the show. I mean, I'm in love with Jordan Love. He's my starting quarterback moving forward. I love his matchup this week. I like that he runs for touchdowns. He doesn't give up on plays, and he doesn't turn over the football. You can pencil him in for about 20, 25 points this week. Second up is the Browns defense. Jim Schwartz knows how to coach, and they are going to make Lamar and any running back that crosses that line of scrimmage pay this weekend. I like the Browns defense. And number 3, this is my sleeper, everyone. Pay attention. If he's on the waiver wire, get him. If he's on somebody else's team, get him. It's Roschon Johnson. This is the week he takes control of the backfield. He establishes himself as Chicago's lead back. He came out with the ones to start the game last week. He's going to go off for about 50 yards and a touchdown this week.
Great choices. Really great choices. For my start, I'm going to go with Russell Wilson, believe it or not. I think there's some flashes that he's starting to figure out Sean Payton's offense, even though the defense can't stop anything. And they're going up against the Bears, which is a huge favorable matchup. My second star of the week, the Steelers defense against the Texans. The Steelers defense is playing for keeps this year. Minkah Fitzpatrick, TJ Watt, the whole new linebacking core, they're coming to rip his head off. CJ Stroud better have his head on a swivel because they're coming, and they're coming hard. And my third green light of the week is Puka Nacua, wide receiver of the Rams. How can you not be? Dude's equatorially hot right now. You ride that. Until teams figure out how to stop him, you ride that. The Colts are decent. They're not great. So Nacua can definitely have a day against the Colts. Those are our green lights. Who are your red lights, D?
All right. First up, I got Joe Burrow. We talked about it on the show. I think Joe was hurt. He can't play at 100%. In 3 games, he only has 2 touchdown passes. Yeah. Number 2, similar to my green light, my red light is Lamar Jackson. I think the Ravens as a whole are decimated by injuries. I think it's going to be a long, painful day for Lamar Jackson. And number 3, interesting enough, I'm going with Tua. I'm not starting him against Buffalo. We all remember what happened last time the Dolphins played Buffalo. It was a disaster. I think Buffalo knows how to play Miami, and Tua will struggle this weekend. Buffalo has only given up 35 points all season.
Solid picks. I'm starting with Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
Going across the pond. They're not playing great to begin with. Atlanta is not as bad defensively as they used to be. So it might just be that he's kind of scuffling right now. And if he's scuffling right now, stay away. Stay away. My second red light, Baker Mayfield against the Saints. Came back down to earth a little bit, and the Saints come to play. The Saints come to play every week, and that defense, it's ferocious. I expect Baker Mayfield to be running for his life. And my third sit is Josh Jacobs. No Jimmy G. They're coming for you, Josh. They know that you're going to be the key in, they're going to be the key to the offense. I don't know. You were at 9 rushes for -2 yards just 2 weeks ago. It's very hard for me. It's very, very hard for me to forget that so quickly. But those are our red lights. Those are our green lights. What are yours? Hit us up, faderoutemail@gmail.com. Slide in our DMs on IG at FadeRoutePodcast, or drop us a DM on X, FadeRouteDNZ. It's time for us to run the go route again. We'll talk to you next week.
Thanks for listening to this episode of our podcast. If you like what you heard and want to hear more, be sure to like and subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. Rate us 5 stars, leave us a review, turn on subscription notifications, and tell your friends. Spread the word, spread it wide.